Can you imagine what it's like to bury your own child, cry over his coffin, try to accept that he's gone forever, and then discover the body wasn't even his? That's the reality. Joyce Byers lived in Stranger Things. And I need to tell you that this specific scene, this moment when she opens the morgue bag and finds a dummy instead of her son, is probably the most disturbing sequence Netflix has ever produced. Not because of monsters, not because of blood or special effects, but because of the purely human horror of a mother being destroyed piece by piece. Let me put you in context. The entire first season of Stranger Things is basically psychological torture for Joyce Byers. Her son disappears. She starts receiving strange signals, flickering lights, messages through the wall. Everyone in town looks at her like she's crazy. Her ex-husband thinks she's lost her mind. The neighbors whisper the police have given up. And Joyce, completely alone, keeps insisting that Will is alive. Now stop and think about this for a second. The entire world is telling this woman that her son is dead. They found a body. There's evidence there's a corpse at the quarry. All signs say it's Ovi. But her mother's heart screams that it's not. And then comes the scene that gives me chills to this day. Joyce gets access to the morgue. She needs to see, needs to be sure. Hopper tries to stop her, tries to protect her from that sight, but Joyce won't have it. If that body is her son's, she's going to look the truth in the eyes. The bag is opened, and it's not Will. It's a dummy, a grotesque imitation of cotton where organs should be, a cruel farce the government set up to cover up the truth about the Upside Down. Winona Ryder's face in that moment should have won every acting award that exists, because it's not just relief, it's not just horror, it's an impossible mixture of validation and terror. She was right this whole time. She's not crazy, but if that body is fake, where is her real son? You know, what makes this scene so brutal? It works on multiple layers of horror. First layer, the maternal horror. A mother looking at what should be her son's body. That alone is devastating. No parent should go through this. No mother should have to identify her own child on a cold morgue table. Second layer, the conspiracy, realizing that some powerful organization fabricated a fake body of your child, that there are people willing to create such an elaborate lie, so cruel, just to hide their secrets. This transforms grief into justified paranoia. Third layer, the loneliness. Joyce spent days being treated like a hysterical woman, a mother in denial who can't accept her son's death. And now she has proof she was right. But who's going to believe her? Who's going to look at her and say, you were right? The Duffer brothers, creators of a series, said in interviews that this scene was inspired by real conspiracy theories. Those stories about governments covering up accidents, creating false narratives, manipulating evidence, they took this very real fear and threw it into the most intimate context possible, a mother searching for her son. And it works because we all know a Joyce. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's your grandmother, that woman who works double shifts to keep the family together, who doesn't have much money, who lives in a simple house, who's underestimated by everyone around her, but who has an inner strength that no one can break. Joyce Byers is a hero who doesn't wear a cape. She wears cigarettes and desperation and a stubbornness that refuses to accept the impossible. Winona Ryder brought to this role a lifetime of experiences. She had already been through difficult times in her own career, had been judged by the media, had been discarded by Hollywood, and somehow all that real pain shows through in her performance. When Joyce screams, you feel it. When Joyce cries, You cry with her. When Joyce refuses to give up, you root for her like she's someone from your own family. There's something that bothers me about how people discuss Stranger Things. Everyone talks about the kids' bikes. Everyone talks about the demogorgon and the upside down. But Joyce Byers is the emotional heart of this series. Without her, Stranger Things would just be another sci-fi story with cool monsters. It's Joyce who anchors everything in reality. It's her desperation that reminds us what's really at stake. It's not just dimensional portals and psychic powers. It's a lost child. It's a destroyed family. It's a mother who would do anything, absolutely anything, to bring her son back. The morgue scene also works as a brilliant narrative turning point. Until that moment, Joyce could have been wrong. We, as viewers, had hope along with her, but there was the possibility that everything was the delusion of a mind broken by grief. When she opens that bag and finds cotton instead of organs, the series changes completely. Now it's no longer about is she right? It's about what is she fighting against? The enemy is no longer the mysterious disappearance of a child. It is a government conspiracy with infinite resources and a willingness to destroy anyone who gets close to the truth. Joyce Byers, a working-class single mother from a small town, against the institutionalized power of the American government, and she wins, not because she has special powers, not because she's stronger or smarter, but because a mother's love is a force no secret agency can calculate. They didn't predict that an ordinary woman would be capable of going so far, of risking everything, of facing the impossible. That's why this scene resonates so much. That's why people cry watching it. That's why, years later, we're still here talking about this moment, because deep down, everyone wants to believe there's someone in the world who would never give up on us. Someone who, even when all evidence points to the worst, would keep fighting. Joyce Byers is the embodiment of that hope, and that scene in the morgue. It is the moment she proves to the entire universe that a mother's love doesn't accept lies, no matter how elaborate the farce, no matter how many people tell her to give up. She's going to open that bag. She's going to discover the truth, and she's going to bring her son back. Now, tell me something. If you were in her place, if everyone told you someone you love is dead, if all the evidence confirmed the worst, would you keep believing? Or is there a limit to the faith a person can maintain when the whole world conspires against them?